I still get people that are asking me about what kind of things I use in the kitchen now. It's one of those days where I'm home for a change, so we're going to try to do some cleaning. I went ahead, I cleaned up the stove. Now, if you look at the stove that I have, this is the original gas stove from 1959. It's got some rust from the old days, and this is before I was doing the cooking. In fact, when I was a kid, this was already rusty. This is a plated material that's supposed to look like stainless steel. But if you look underneath it, you can see that it is rusty, and it does have some issues. Now, you'll also notice that this has a removable tray that you can take out for cleaning. Now, when my mother used to clean the stove, she'd try to do everything in place. But when I was a kid, I figured out that it came apart. And ever since then, we started cleaning it more thoroughly. Now, the idea of this, and again, this stove uses a pilot light, so when you turn on the burner, the gas just kind of pops on. There's no electricity needed, and the gas that I'm using is actually made on site from biogas digesters, which I talked about years ago, although YouTube did delete the videos. Now, here we have the pots and pans that I use. Now, here is what I cook my eggs in. This is what I use for cooking burgers normally, and sometimes steaks. And you can see it's a Lodge. It's not that old, but it's something I found somewhere. Either that or it was given to me. This is something that my mother used to have when I was a kid. Now, when I was a kid, my mom got all excited about the DuPont Silverstone cookware, which was the non-stick cookware. And I always used to hear about all this non-stick. Well, I have to say, I don't really find sticking to be an issue, because whenever I cook, nothing sticks. I mean, look at this thing. It's perfect. Now, I like cast iron for heating up meat and stuff because the thickness of the iron keeps the heat from being concentrated around the burner. It spreads very nicely, and a small pan like this works really well with my scrambled eggs. Over here are the rest of my cast iron cookware. Now, I have 3 different sizes of frying pans. You can see this one over here. I don't remember who makes this one, but this one, you almost can see the name on it, but you'll notice that they are a little bit on the rough side because these all were picked out of the trash when I was younger. And I think one of these belonged to my mom. And what I do, I leave them here. After I clean out any food particles, I just leave them with a bunch of material. Now, this is a Griswold, as far as I can tell. I think this might be a number 8. I don't remember. I have some other cast iron pans that I don't really keep on the stove, but these are the ones that I normally use. And as you can see, animal fats are all over everything. They get on my hands. But animal fats are extremely easy to clean up. And sometimes what I do, I just put all the pans together, like when I'm making my burgers or whatever. Now, I'll put a lid over these pans, and that's just to keep cockroaches and other insects that sometimes sneak in here from getting into the pans easily. But it's really not that difficult to manage this stuff. And again, the other pans that I use, now these are the glass lids that I'll sometimes put on some of the pans when I'm cooking. I also have stainless steel pots, as you probably know, and they hang over there. But most of the cooking I do is here. Now, I know this is old and ratty. Now, when I do move, I am going to remove this stove and take it with me, even if I never use it, because this may be the last one of its kind. This neighborhood came with these in 1959 and 1960. But there hasn't been any made, and I don't think there is a working one left in the entire neighborhood. Starting in about the 70s, people started changing them for newer models. It also has the matching oven, which I will also take with me, as well as pulling out these cabinets, because I'm going to try to find something a little bit newer, because whoever buys a place, you know that they're going to tear everything out anyway. And this is the original cabinet. And then over here, you can see that this is an add-on that my dad did 30, 40 years ago or whatever it was. And my assistant is here while I'm trying to clean the messy kitchen. What do you want, little guy? Yep, you are a sweetheart, aren't you? Look at that face. Look at that cute face. I love my little kitten. You're a sweetie. All right. So anyway, for those of you that were asking me about my kitchen, here it is. And you can see that in the oven, I do keep some of these containers. I have still this bag of rice for duck food. And I have all these, what are these things? Now they're all ball jars. I keep a little reserve of the other ball jars up top. We got a selection of them that you can use for canning meats, or if you're going to do fermented vegetables, it's good for that too. I have my strainer. This thing over here is what you put on the bottom of a pot when you're deep frying to keep your food from sticking to the bottom of the pot. And that's what I'm going to do. I have some chicken left. I'm going to cook myself some heart attack chicken for lunch. And that's what I'm doing today. Now, normally I've been working every single day, although I did have somebody call me saying their air conditioner is broken. But because it's raining so much, I'm going to have to wait until the rain stops. So I'll be working inside the house, trying to clean up the filthy kitchen. And hopefully everybody's having a good day. Hopefully your roof is not leaking. And I'll catch you later.